Hey everyone. Well, how's this for weird? Now, I've not gone to my appointment this morning. Well, um, I had a phone call from um, my consultant that I'm supposed to be having an appointment with in 2 days, HRT, hormone replacement treatment person. Um, Basically saying, I'm phoning you up today about HRT, to the telephone appointment. And so I've explained, well, I've just cancelled a gynecologist appointment, um, which she knew nothing about. Doesn't really know why I would get a gynecologist appointment. She asked me a few questions about down there. Is there any problems or anything like that? I was like, no. And she's all, no, I'll cancel that appointment for you. And you don't need to come in on the 24th because this is that appointment. We've done it over the phone. So, yeah, I didn't have to go in at all. So whether that's my own intuition kicking in, and telling me that no, you don't have to go today, so just hang back. Don't spend all that bus fare trying to get yourself to Liverpool and then find out you didn't need to get there. Didn't need to go there. That would have been my normal sort of luck. Yeah, so very strange. But yeah, I've been accepted to have hormone replacement patches. I've got to stick one on my bottom. um, Apparently it should help with the hot flushes and the weight gain and the mood swings. And I mean, I say mood swings, I mean my mood, I try and keep it as placid as possible. I always have done. I mean, I've had worse moods, believe me. But yeah, I'm feeling emotional and that, and this is probably what I'm going through at the moment as well. It's like it's like once a month, same as a period. So I don't know if it is like the menopause equivalent of having a period, because you still get the bloated, you still get the emotional side of it. You get, feeling pissed off for no reason, feeling emotional and crying and for no reason. So it could be that all that on top of all the rest of my triggers as well. Sometimes it's your body that triggers you as well. Um, yeah, especially women. When it comes to the time of the month, feeling all emotional for no reason whatsoever. It's horrible. During of periods. I'm quite happy I don't have them anymore. But the hot sweats from um, this early menopause that I'm going through, it's horrible. You get woken up in the middle of the night, and you just all of a sudden break out in sweat everywhere. And radiate so much heat. It's unbelievable. I've got a new mattress, and it's like got a cooling gel cover layer in it. It was all right until I started having my hot sweats, and it doesn't really make much difference. So I've invested in some more cooling gel pads, and I'm running onto those in the middle of the night. And they do work. They do help, but they do sort of like warm up quite quick. But they do go in the fridge, and you can cool them back down, or mush them up again and mush the gel together, and it goes cool again after a bit. But yeah, it takes your body heat. It can get just as warm as your body, unfortunately. But yeah, they do go cold eventually again. They do help. It's either that or fans blowing on me all night. But then it's like hot 1 minute and freezing cold the next. It's like a British summer, hot and wet, and then cold and wet. It's terrible. But yeah, I can have my hormone replacement therapy starting from next week. So hopefully it should stop the hot sweats. I mean, I've been trying to control them myself. I did make a link between certain foods that I was eating and the intensity of the hot sweats. Because I mean, they can start off quite small and just be like like just a gentle perspiration, like, you know, so it's like somebody sprayed some mist on your face, you know, a gentle glow. But and you get these ones where you drip in and you got people asking you, you okay, you know? And you're all bright red. No, I'm just having a hot one, man, just leave me alone. I want to take all my clothes off. You know, it's one of those. Oh, it's horrible. But yeah, I noticed eating sugar. The more sugar I eat, the hotter the flushes go and the longer they last. And the more I get. Yeah, and rich food. I like making oh, I love it. I make my own cheese and pasta with bacon. It's a cheese sauce I make from scratch. You know, you make the roux and you add the cheeses. Um, and the milk and all that. Well, milk first and then cheeses. But yeah, just rich foods like that tend to set it off as well. So, but I've not been very good lately. I've been eating a lot of sweet stuff and having takeaways, and I shouldn't be. And I'm piling on the weight, and it's coming on really easy, obviously, because I'm one of those sorts of people anyway. I look at food and weight piles on. But yeah, it's even more so now. I'm going through the change. Well, I've gone through the change, the menopause. Um, I'm even getting little sort of like, even well, I've always had a couple like little hairs poking out my chin, but I'm getting more. So I've been wondering whether I should grow them long and plait them like Captain Jack Sparrow. Some beads on the end or something, I don't know. No, I keep plucking them out. It's not my eyebrows anymore, they're fine. They don't grow back anymore. It comes at me chin instead. It's like get random hairs. I'm not shy, I don't care. If you don't like me, tough. Yeah. I've got all sorts of weird stuff like that. Um, it was a while ago actually. Quite a few years ago, I've had knee problems, but I realised that was connected to my back. But while I was going through investigations into all this, what was wrong with my knees? I had a scan, an MRI scan, and the doctor came back and he said, "Do you realise you've got another bone growing out of your leg?" And I'm like, "What?" I've always had like a weird sort of like knobbly bit on just below my knee on my shin. And, you know, I've knocked it a few times and got bruised from it and things like that. It's always sort of like been not in the way, but you know, you can notice like a little bump. But I was like, no. And he says, yeah, you've got. It's a common thing apparently. He says you've got an extra bit of bone growing out of your leg, about that long, growing out my shin bone, branching off. So I had that removed. My mini leg removed. Um, but yeah, I don't know where my train of thought's gone now. I was just giggling at that. Oh yeah, my weirdness. Parts of me that's weird. Yeah, so yeah, I grow extra parts and I've got bits missing and all sorts and weird, strange stuff. But never mind. That's me. If you don't like me, like I say, I don't care. I'm me. I like me. That's the main thing. Very much so. I like me. um, yeah. So whether it was my own intuition today, or yeah, or the universe stepping in and saying, "No, Kaz, you know, I'm gonna make you feel bad today, so you don't want to go because you don't need to go." Yeah, because even that, you know, if I'd have gone with the state of mind that I was in, um, the build up, you know, just thinking that I was going to get an examination. So I would have been sat on a bus. I probably would have had my headphones on, you know, so I don't have to interact with anyone. And also keep my thoughts down, you know. Music blasting in my ears, it drains my thoughts out and spiraling thoughts and worries and things like that. So yeah, I probably would have been just sat on the bus worrying all the way there, or trying not to worry all the way there. Got there, and then after God, going through the rigmarole of checking my change over and over again and making sure I'm on the right bus, making sure it's the right time, making sure I get the next bus, making sure I get off at the right stop, watching every stop that it's the right stop. It's just a rigmarole. But I'll be sat there with a calm face. Nobody will know that this is going on, because they won't, When you've got these sorts of things, you hide them quite well. You have to. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I would have got to the hospital, been handed over my paper, and then it would have all gone off onto something else, So yeah, it would have been so much more stress. And then it would have all have to have happened again on 2 days' time for my next appointment, which I don't have to go to now because it's all been done on the phone. I would have known where the place is this time, so it would have been a little bit easier, but I've still got the rigmarole of dealing with counting my change and making sure the bus times are right, making sure I've got to the bus stop on the right, on the right bus, even though I know it's the right bus. There's only like 3 buses that go to Liverpool past where I live, and I know every single one goes where I need to go, but I'm still worried if it's going to get there. It's it's just weird. Trying to calm yourself down, and yeah, your head kicks into a weird mode, and it's irrational mode, and things that to be right, you keep checking, is it right, but this is all down to the abuse, because you constantly question yourself if what your reality is right, if what you're seeing is right, if what you've read is right, if what you've remembered is right. You're constantly going over and over and over stuff. It's horrible, it really is, and it's very hard to get out of that pattern. Because it's preconditioned, well, not preconditioned, it's been conditioned into your head for so long. It's some lessons that you've learned are hard to unlearn, but I am gradually, but yeah, so a good result today anyway. Everything's all, it's all fallen into place. And I didn't feel guilty today for not going to the appointment, which is good, and I felt good about it, and I got a good result in the end, so no worries. All that build up to today was for nothing, but I didn't know that it was going to be for nothing. And it's hard not to worry about that. But even in everyday life, this is how you've got to handle things. It's okay if you can't do stuff. You don't have to feel guilty for not being able to do stuff, keeping appointments, doing this and that and the other, keeping promises and stuff if you can't. I know I've been made feel guilty for not being able to do things. I've made myself feel guilty, and feel bad for not turning up to appointments that I should have gone to, especially for mental health and things like that, or doctor's appointments, in the past. And even today, normally I would have felt a bit of guilt, and I did to start with, and start feeling like, no, I can't go today. But even when the woman phoned me up, I said that, I can't come in, I'm not feeling very well. And she said, I hope it's nothing serious. And I know it's nothing physical, it's mental. But she understood straight away. She didn't make me feel awkward or anything like that. I didn't have to explain the situation and how I was feeling. And she was quite happy to carry on the phone as long as I was, to actually get it over and done with, and then we didn't have to worry about it in the future. She's going to sort out all these appointments that I shouldn't have. So that's the worry taken off of my shoulders. But it's getting to that first. Sometimes I wouldn't have even been able to have phoned up. I would have just not even phoned. And I do have to step back and see how far I've actually come. with how I handle things now. It makes me smile. It really does. It makes me feel happy that I do handle things differently, and handle it better, much better. And it's just simple little things that have changed. They seem big at the time, but when you look back, and it is just simple things. Um, which, yeah, they do seem so hard at the time. You can't wrap your head around it. You just think, oh my God, I could never think like that. I could never not do that, you know? I could never think that about myself, or not think that about myself, you know? There's so many different aspects that you don't think that you can do, but when you start doing them and you start recognizing that you are doing things, and you're moving forward, and you see the results, and it's like, fucking hell, man. What took you so long? Um, yeah, and then you get a guilt trip from that because you took so long to do things, but then you go slap yourself on the hand. No, 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 no. Yes, you don't need to feel guilty for healing and taking so long. I mean, we all have lessons to learn in our lives. They're all different lessons, you know. Don't let people take advantage of us. Don't let, people fuck your head up, you know. Get away. Love for yourself, love yourself, live for yourself. I mean, well, especially for empaths, I grew up wanting people to like me. So I'd do all sorts, to the point of sleeping with people, just because I thought it'd make them like me. And that is part of the lack of love from certain members of the family, but also the abuse that I was suffering, sexual abuse. I thought that was how I had to get love, how I made friends, how how to have people like me. Is to sleep with the boys. Do all sorts with the boys. Let your imagination run wild, yeah, it was, and that's another thing, that's the abuse, being sexually abused, and having the violence with it as well. You can't control that as well. Like I was talking about fight, flight, and play dead. Now, there's people that go on about, sexual violence, and people will be going on, why didn't she just leave, and things like that. Why did she let him do that to her? From my experience, I've actually frozen. Rabbit in the headlight type thing. Absolutely paralyzed from tip to toe. Can't move. Can't scream. Can't talk. Can't say stop. Can't say no. That is horrible. I'm trying not to let it affect me. I'm very much trying not to let. I can feel it coming up. Yeah. Even when it's not been forced, with a partner, somebody I could love, or been in a relationship at the time, maybe I do realise now that the relationship was going bad, and this is why I would get triggered into this state. Basically, for instance, I would be spooning in bed, or I'd turn over and he'd spoon me, and it'd be something that my uncle used to do to me, and obviously I'd start doing things to me and that, and I'd freeze. And I couldn't say no, I couldn't stop. I used to pretend that I was asleep. I think it was Mrs. Scooby. I think you said something about pretending that you was asleep on the bus or something with when you saw your ex-partner or something like that. You pretend that you was asleep. Well, that's what I used to do with when it came to when I've been triggered by partners and sleeping with me. I'd pretend I was asleep. Play dead, play dead. very much so. But then there would be times where I couldn't move. There couldn't be anything that I could do other than play dead. My body wouldn't let me move. My body wouldn't let me make a sound. And just let them carry on. And let them think that I was asleep while they was doing it to me. Apparently that's non-consensual sex. I was told by a policeman at one stage. No, that shocked me. I didn't know. That was a big shock to me. I mean, that's for another story with another ex. Yeah, but I've lost my train of thought now. My head's gone on to something else and it shouldn't do. It's gone, no, we're not talking about that. So yes, hi, my name's Carolyn. I'm going to have a happy smiley face now. It's been a good day. Things are going great. Yeah, some things I just can't talk about. I can to a certain extent, and then it's just like no. I don't know if it's because it is a very delicate subject. I mean, I would like to talk about it in a bit more detail, just so you can relate it to your own experiences and go, oh yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I had that happen to me, and this is how I act, and things like that. But you'll have to forgive me if my brain won't let me do that. But I will try my hardest, even if it's just a little snippet every now and again through a video. You know, you might be able to sort of like splice them all together and get the story out. But that's it. I don't go over my videos. I don't watch my videos again. So, to be honest, I haven't got an idea of what I've blurted out and what I haven't. Anyway, I've waffled on for quite enough. So I shall say thank you very much for watching my video. And yeah, this freaky universe has turned out alright today, so today's going to be a good day. Thank you all for watching, love you lots, and take care. Have a brilliant day, everyone. Bye bye.